All right. Hello. Hello. I am SRGTsilent, and welcome to Resistance Fall of Man. You might have heard of this game. It's a PlayStation 3 exclusive released by Insomniac, the makers of Ratchet and Clank. So that means there's going to be a lot of wacky stuff. We're going to go ahead and just get on started with this. So if you guys are ready, time's going to begin when I push start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, how you guys doing? Hey Chops, hey Requiem, hey Oracle, hey Sommer. Hopefully you guys are having a good morning. It's gonna be morning in the US in 1 minute. Alright, so this game is gonna do what it's gonna do. I'm gonna lay that out now. If the game chooses to not let me do something, I blame the game. It is not user error. But anyway, enough about that. Today, we have landed in the city of York, England, because there is a Chimeran invasion going on. These creatures I'm killing here are called hybrid. They're a species of chimera, which are the main enemy. And the big goal right now is to go for headshots. There's a lot of explosive ordinances hitting the ground, which are exploding vehicles. I need to not get hit by them, because while you do get HP regen at some point in this game, you can see my HP down on the bottom left, split into 4 sections. I don't have it yet. Now, it's been a while. I actually ran this game at Shots Fired, I think maybe 2-3 events ago, so I'm super happy to have it back. And since I last ran it, there's actually been a couple new skips. So the first one is going to be right here. We're going to just walk into this corner. We're going to crouch, and we're just going to, you know, do a little wiggle. Just wiggle. We're going to jump, and we're just going to keep on wiggling here, because this one, and we're through right there. Look at that. So that skip saves, I think, oh, if you get it real fast, it saves like 8 seconds. So yeah, with that, we're out, and thankfully we do not skip picking up a weapon here called the Bullseye. We're going to use a grenade to clean out these guys. Those guys are why we did not want to get hurt too bad. So it's really awesome that we got there with 50% HP, because you can see how much they melted me. There are a couple really scary things in this game, those being melee and grenades. And also enemy gunfire, but specifically melee and grenades. That is for both me and for the enemy. So grenades are going to be very strategic to this run. In fact, pretty much all my ammo, for the most part, is extremely precise on what I use and when I use it. There are a couple guns that if I use them, I have to go into backup mode. Yeah, I'm alright, thanks buddy. The goal of this run is to get through it in 2 or less deaths. So my main goal is not dying. We'll get there though, because there's gonna be some incidences where the game doesn't care that my goal is to not die. Actually, T-Chops, this game is 3 colors. It is brown, it is green, it is brown, it is gray, and it is bloom. Those were the launch title colors for the PlayStation 3. Yes, this came out on the same day as the PlayStation 3. And you're gonna see a lot of all of those colors. Browns, grays, and blooms. So we just got introduced to leapers over there. They're not too big of an issue right now. They'll be an issue later. You also see me moving diagonally and jumping upstairs. You actually move faster upstairs if you are moving up them at an angle, and you maintain momentum while jumping upstairs, otherwise you sink into them. So we want to keep maintaining our momentum up them so we don't slow down. a lot of the things I'm going to do when I'm not headshotting an enemy to kill them is I'm going to be trying to knock the enemy over, stagger them, or I'm going to throw a grenade to make them jump, or I'm going to melee them to stun them. I don't per se need enemies to die. There are cases where I definitely do need enemies to die, because let me be honest with everyone in chat. Just because I'm playing this game on the easiest difficulty does not mean that this game is easy. Sometimes I swear I booted this game on easy and the game was like, alright, here's your superhuman, which is the hardest difficulty. Playthrough, enjoy. Game's mean. Yo, what's up, Carrig? What's up, Jay? What's up, clowns? Glad to see you guys out here to support the Resistance run at the opposite of Noonan. Oh, by the way, we're in a tank. There's not really any tech to the tank. Only thing we have to do with the tank is try not to run over any excessive debris like that, because the tank has a chance to literally pop fly into the air and lose us up to 5 seconds. It did not do that, so that's good. Also, bonus shot right there. And we're already in level 3. This game is split into 30 levels across 9 or 10 areas. No, sorry, not 9 or 10. I think it's across 8 areas. 12 areas, and I run the game. I don't know the game's lore. So this is York 3. York 3 introduces a different way the game was made. Levels can end, and what I mean by that is the last 2 levels ended by reaching a certain point in the level. This level reveals that Insomniac really liked triggers, and as such, what they did was they tied a lot of critical places to triggers. So right now what I'm doing is I'm running through this level and I'm clearing 3 different zones of enemies. You can tell I've successfully cleared them because we get an audio cue at the bottom where Winters says, that's it, we've got the zone, something like that. So that was number 2, this is number 3. And after we take them, we now have to wait for the next trigger to spawn. Essentially what we're doing right now is we're trying to take over the bus depot. My entire squad's been wiped out because of something called spires, which carry these like little crawlers which are used to infect humans. I'm not gonna go too big into the lore of this game, but what you need to know is that Hale survived. Hale, by the way, is the guy we're playing as. Hale survived the game, or the being infected, because he's already infected. Kind of a plot twist that's really more revealed in Resistance 2, but that's the long and short of it. What are you talking about? R1 is GG2 easy. Yeah, okay, sure, buddy. And now bullet velocity in this game is really weird. So we're just gonna casually come over to this pillar and fire this machine gun, and these enemies are just going to hop directly into my gunfire, while these super slow bullets just kind of, you know, take them out one by one. Hey buddy, I'm gonna need you to not do that. And remember I said the zone doesn't end until a trigger. The trigger, if it's not a location trigger, it is an enemy trigger. So that enemy right there that hopped down, he's the final trigger to end the level, and that is going to get us out of York. What infection? Believe it or not, it's not the one you're thinking of. It's the Chimera virus. So all of these Chimera I'm killing, you're actually gonna find out in this level. Fate's worse than death. By the way, we're in Grimsby. You find out that the little insects, the swarmers, or is that what they're called? I don't know. Mind blank. Essentially, after you get swarmed, an enemy called a carrier picks you up and brings you to these locations called conversion centers. And it turns out all of these Chimera we're killing right now are actually humans who have been converted to the Chimeran virus. So this is a menial. Menial is either the weakest enemy in the game or the highest damaging enemy in the game. They have a grab attack that I'm going to try really hard to not get grabbed by. So and basically the way that works is if I get too close to them, they're just gonna jump at me. So we're gonna try to do a small menial skip here. If we had failed it, we would have gotten grabbed. Now we're gonna manipulate this menial into dropping that explosive instead of throwing at us, because that is probably the weakest damaging explosive. And this is our first time seeing the Reapers. Now, so this run is specifically being ran on New Game Plus, which means there are 5 exclusive New Game Plus weapons that have been added to the game. One of them is the Reapers. Remember earlier I said melee is really, really scary? Well, Insomniac didn't tone down the fact that this is 2 guns, which means that this is 2 melees at full damage at twice the speed. So if I need to just melee everything, I just run through and literally melee everything. Alright, so we're gonna do another clip here. This saves just a teeny bit of time at the cost of skipping the shotgun, but it's well worth it for the time save. That guy might grab me. No, we're good. Now, unfortunately, that means I don't get the shotgun yet, and the shotgun is one of the 3 best guns in the entire game. 4 if you include grenades in that list, but we'll get to grenades. So I'm just gonna bully these guys, get them out of my hair, while I casually progress to this door so I can finish this level. These are also laser mines. This is our first time seeing them. There was one earlier, but we walked so fast we didn't even see it. They're not a big issue on this difficulty. We kind of just take them out. Also, at the end of a level, you always enter the next level with your HP fully stocked up. But for some reason, Insomniac likes to put level or health at the end of levels, which is almost pointless. So alien insects, yeah, their base form is essentially an insect. Like, you think of it like the scarabs from the Mummy, except instead of under your skin, they go in your mouth. Yeah, oh, also, another thing about New Game Plus, the way Insomniac programmed this game is that it saves data to the internal HDD SSD. If that data does not register you having watched a cutscene, then you cannot skip said cutscene yet. So, while you could theoretically run this game on New Game and sacrifice the weapons, you would also have to basically play the entire game except beating the final boss one time through, just to do it all again. And the moment you finish the final boss, you'd have to reload your save. Alright, so that switch can be real bad and not listen. Thankfully it behaved. That's our first instances of things just not going the way we want. This is the scariest room in Grimsby 2. Playing it safe is more important than playing it fast, and so I am going to try my best to play it safe. This is good HP. What we're going to do is we have a hedgehog here. We're going to throw a hedgehog in a particular way so that it's going to fly over this wall, and what that is going to do is it's going to activate every single bomb on the other side of that wall, which is awesome because there's like 16 Chimera on that side of the wall, and we really don't want to deal with them. Alright, so there's a small skip we could do here, but because my HP is so low, I'm going to go grab extra HP. This game has a weird glitch where if an enemy hits you, or if you hit the ground too hard, it's entirely possible that you just basically melt. And I literally mean melt. You will possibly see it later. I'll touch the ground and my HP will drop from full to like 12.5%. Just like that. So we're hoping that doesn't happen. There's a lot of things we're hoping don't happen. So that was I'm really happy with that Grimsby 2. Again, my goal is not death. So, relatively speaking, very good Grimsby 2. Even if I was just trying to go fast, that is a good Grimsby 2. So, now we're on Grimsby 3. So I mentioned a couple new skips got found since I last played this game. One of the new skips that had gotten found was in this level. Community member Rien found it. You could clip right there, and it lets you clip out of bounds and walk around to get to the other side of this fence. But if basically you get one shot at it, and it's super fickle. If you mess it up, you will fall out of bounds, and you have to watch that entire intro cutscene again. So if you mess it up a single time, you're already losing time. And it only saves like 8 seconds overdoing this level, maybe 12 overdoing this level the intended way. So yeah, we're just gonna run through all of these lasers. This place is intended to be kind of a maze, but we don't really care about that. Going to hit that set of 3 bombs to try to kill those hybrids for us, which we did. Run over here, grabbing that, and now we're just gonna keep lighting these guys up so that they are busy and can't shoot us. Just keep constantly grabbing health, and now we're going to do our first out of bounds that's not a clip. This is just straight up an out of bounds. We're gonna hop on this railing, hop on this wall, and we're now out of bounds. So this is where that other skip would have put us. Also, fun fact, if you ever want to check out a Chimeran model, you can walk out here, and you'll just spawn like 8 of them and a menial, and these guys don't do anything. They just chill out there. Just wanted to show you that off. So yeah, if you want to see like really close Chimeran models, right there, baby. There's like 6 of them and a menial that you can just check out. They don't do anything, they're just trapped there. I mean, they will shoot you if you like turn your back to them and walk far enough away, but... Your favorite FPS? Awesome. I'm so sorry that you're about to see it absolutely broken. Sounds like something you don't want to happen. Yeah, it's really not. So, Manchester. This is my favorite line in the game. We're going to get deployed to Manchester. All of the Americans have essentially been wiped out. And we're going to get here, and the Englishmen are like, congratulations, you're at hell. And we're just going to tell them, nah, we're not. And we're going to turn around, and we're going to smash our face into this window because this house looks real pretty. And, excuse you. And now that we've done that, we're just gonna walk through that house, and oh look, we're out of bounds right at the end of the, right at the start of the level, guys. Ha ha ha. So Manchester is one of the hardest levels in the game, considering your arsenal that you've been given. If you guys have played this game casually, you'll know full well what I am skipping by doing this, and let me tell you, we are super happy to be skipping it. Also, fun fact, if you are interested, look up the Manchester Cathedral incident in relation to Resistance Fall of Man. When this game came out, the Manchester Cathedral clergy actually sued Insomniac Games for their depiction of the Manchester Cathedral. They lost in U.S. court because the U.S. ruled that Insomniac has freedom of speech to depict the cathedral however they want. But it's a very interesting read if you want to just read about some of the lore of the real life lore of what happened in the making of this game. This is the cathedral, by the way, in case you guys don't know what the Manchester Cathedral is. It's a pretty famous holy site. So this is a howler. Howlers are, well, they're enemies. Howler is the first example of an enemy that we can get the weird damage glitch on. So we're really hoping that if we get hit by a howler, it doesn't just melt us. Alright, we're in the cathedral. This is one of the hardest levels in the game, I would say. But it's also a level where a new skip got found. Insects infected dogs. The insects infected everything. Technically, the howlers could be made up of people. We don't really know. The second game kind of expands on the lore, indicating that they're humanoids, but we do know that in the second game, spinners are also capable of infecting dogs, yes. So I don't really know. Alright, so now we have our first usage of the shotgun. This is going to be our main weapon for a majority of the game. The movement I did there was very specific to bait these leapers into a specific path so that I could take them out real quickly and easily. This section ends when you have taken out a certain amount of leapers. So by grouping all of the leapers together, we are able to take them out quick. Also, this game features 6-axis. You might have noticed I got grabbed right there. So in order to shake off grabbing enemies, you literally have to shake the 6-axis controller. Which we don't want to do unless we have to. That also includes if we get caught on fire, but that's a minor thing. All right, good. We didn't get insta-zeroed by that. We also got the auger here. The auger is a relatively good gun, but unfortunately it's pretty underused anymore. It's been mostly rounded out. We're also going to get our first instance of the backlash grenades. Now the skip I'm about to do, there is a harder version of it, but if you fail it, you have to redo that entire leaper fight again, which this is a marathon. I'm not going for recce, so I'm not going to attempt the hard version of the skip. I'm going to attempt the easy version. Well, the hard version saves like 20 seconds. The easy version saves like 8. So now that we're out of bounds, we're gonna walk around the back side of the cathedral instead of the way this level wants us to. Another good thing about this is this level has a random chance to hard lock, but by doing this, we skip the spot where it can hard lock. Now, I am walking a pretty specific path out here. There is a lot of void out here that if the ground is not actually real, so if I touch it, I'm just going to fall to my death. And I haven't hit a checkpoint since before I went out of bounds, so it does matter what I do and where I walk. In fact, to really hammer that point home, right here is a diagonal corner. Only these two corners touch. If you go to the right or left of that corner, you fall into the void and have to redo everything. And yes, I am walking on an invisible plane right now. I'm not sure if animalistic chimera are made through conversions. I don't really know. The series isn't very clear on a lot of its lore, to be honest. My big complaint about the series is when Resistance 2 came out and they tried to explain all the lore, they kind of just made it worse by introducing lore in the first place, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just a game where you fight aliens, man. Alright, so I'm gonna purposely trigger these hedgehogs because I only have 2 HP. Hedgehogs are probably the scariest weapon in the game. Hedgehogs are completely RNG. If a hedgehog quill, a single quill, and you saw what that hedgehog looks like, if a single quill of that hedgehog hits me in the head, instant kill. Instant kill. So because I'm at 50%, and a hedgehog, if it hits you anywhere else in the body, it's instantly 25% of your health. Remember, easiest difficulty, guys. If it hits you anywhere, it's 25%. There were 3 hedgehogs down there. It is pretty common to take 2 hits from hedgehogs down there. Don't get hit in the head. If I could control that Euler, I would, but guess what? It's random, buddy. I wonder why they programmed all these areas. There is a lot of excess area outside of the void. I will agree with that. But it's because of all of that excess area that we're able to do a lot of the skips we're able to do. So honestly, I am more than happy that that area exists. So this is another wave fight. Essentially what we need to do here is get out of the way, is push into the center of this, push into the center of the, like, bus square. Oh, God. See, this is when things can go bad. Right, I'm gonna play it safe here because too much damage and I'm dead. Oh, don't do it! Okay, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. And now we're gonna throw Backlash Grenade. Now, you saw me use one earlier, but I didn't explain what it does. A Backlash Grenade is a New Game Plus exclusive weapon, and what the Backlash Grenade does is everything that hits it, regardless of what enemy it is bounced right back at that enemy with homing properties. So by throwing that backlash, you saw how many enemies I had essentially forced into that, like, forced around into that area. Every single enemy was in there shooting at my backlash grenade, and they literally killed themselves. Alright, so we're gonna get my favorite potential glitch here. We might get introduced to Lightspeed Larry and Sonic Steve. So what's gonna happen here is the way the devs stacked these enemies in this pod. Alright, we did not get either of them. The way the devs stacked the enemies in this pod is they stacked every single enemy, like, literally in a pile, as you saw there. And collision in this game works by, if you're in an object, the game will shunt you out as quickly as possible. It can shunt you out so fast that you literally go through collision. So that's why I call them Lightspeed Larry and Sonic Steve, because they could get shunted so fast they clip through the wall and I have to hunt them around, or hunt around for them. Alright, so we're getting introduced to our first Stalker here. Stalkers are an insta-kill if you let them step on you. But we have the Auger, and remember I said the Auger is one of the best guns in the game. That's because the way Auger works is every surface the Auger passes through, regardless of what it is. If it's the... No, please don't move. If it's the Stalker itself, an Auger shield doesn't matter. If the Auger is passing through it, you are multiplying the damage by a factor of 2. So that Stalker is taking damage from my shield, my second shield, and the Stalker itself, because its weak spot is on the back and it is facing me. So I'm literally doing every one of those Auger that hits it is doing like ×8 damage to that Stalker. Also, the Stalker is random and can just do what it wants. It behaved very well and it stood there. If you let up your damage for too long, it will just walk away and do what it wants. Can't believe they scrapped Backlash. I can. Backlash is a real broken, and you're gonna see why. Alright, so we're gonna go for a little Kobe here. I don't think we got it. Oh, we didn't get it. Unfortunate. Kobe makes the enemies that we're about to kill spawn faster. Now, if you've played Nottingham casually, then you'll know that right here the devs thought it would be really fun to make enemies continually rush you until you fight through them. Which, not fun. Not fun at all. It's even worse on harder difficulties. So we literally just have to push through that and keep shooting them. Unfortunately, we didn't have great movement there, or great enemy kills there, so we had to stay back and take some extra enemies. Okay, whatever. Take some extra enemies out, but it's fine. Now we're gonna do one small skip, and we're gonna squeeze into this thing just through the window instead of walking around. Do a small grenade snipe here, grenade snipe there, take that guy out. And now we're gonna walk into a room, and there's gonna be an explosive barrel. The fun thing about this explosive barrel is that it will do no damage to any of these hybrids. You can literally see that hybrid chilling on it, but it will kill me. It will one-shot me. But we skipped all those enemies because, contrary to popular belief, none of the enemies down there will actually matter. The end trigger for this level is these 4 enemies up here. Only just remembered I have an hour left to sleep tonight. Gotta rest up. Thank you, Salmer. Sleep well, mate. Sleep well. Euler. You're right. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Euler. I'm a math major and I still call him Euler. we still had Wraith Backlash. Yeah. I haven't played R2 co-op in a long time since it's been gone. Alright, so we have 13 rounds left to do extra damage. We're gonna get introduced to a Titan here. So the way Titans work is basically what we want to do is get a bullseye dart on its head, which is going to stagger it. And then we want to bait him to either roar or slam his gun down. Getting the headshot with the bullseye actually does matter. He does take extra damage in the head. Okay, now this is one of the worst tricks in the game. The game will either give it to me or it won't. So I'm really hoping for first try here. I have a setup for it to hopefully work. I'm not too happy with that. Okay. So unfortunately, the bridge broke. What we're trying to do is get the backlash grenade in a position where it will block the explosion. Now this is, no matter how long it takes, will be worth it, because the intended way to do this section is absolutely atrocious, dude. Alright, so that's 1 and 2. Please work. Dang. And this depends on a lot of randomness. Where I am, where the backlash grenade bounces, how the things fall out of the ground or fall out of the thing. This, I got it. I either get it first try or I basically never get it, and that really sucks. So we're really hoping here. Dang it. You can see they're hitting the backlashes, but they're not fully hitting it. Math major learning math names from bad teachers. No, I learned that his name was Euler. I'm just bad. I majored in alright, that should be good. Work. Yes, we got it. 4th try. You know what? We will take it. 4th try is fine. It's not world record, but we don't care about world record. We care about completing a run. I believe my average is like 4th try, so I'm happy with it. Again, what that did was the bridge in the middle there. This bridge is supposed to be destroyed, preventing me from walking over it. You're supposed to, oh no, I've had bad math teachers. The bridge is supposed to break. What are you doing? Forcing us to go down the middle bridge. And what the middle bridge does is it spawns like 18 waves of enemies, which get progressively worse. It's really bad. No, so yeah, I majored in, at first I started traditional, but I swapped into applied mathematics because applied was more fun. Specifically, discrete applied mathematics is more enjoyable to me. Like graph theory and set theory are really fun. I really like those kinds of maths. Alright, so we're gonna use a backlash here. You'll notice that I've been using secondary fire now and again. I haven't explained weapon secondary fire. So the top bar is usually the primary fire, and the bar below that is their secondary fire. Every weapon's secondary is different. What the bullseye secondary does is it causes the normally incredibly inaccurate bullseye to hone all of its shots onto one fixed point, upping its damage tremendously. So now we're just gonna no-scope that guy. And we're gonna do a small skip that prevents us from having to walk around this tower. If I do it right, I won't get chased by like 6 enemies. This is one of the only times we're going to purposely see the sniper's secondary ability, which allows us to focus and slow down time You can see, unfortunately, I did not get this full skip because these guys spawned and are chasing me. But I have extra grenades that I can throw here to help make my life easier. Because, again, dying sends me back to the last checkpoint, and dying is slow. Dying is very slow. Oh, God. They're being mean today. They're being mean today. Alright, and we're gonna head up here and get our last get our last Titan, which is required, and there's a cheese spot we could just chill at, right? Oh God, what? No, that's not good. There's a cheese spot we could just chill at here. That has literally never happened before. He's never adjusted himself. I'm glad we're out of that. And that's gonna be last math out of the way, and that's gonna be the end of Nottingham. Not seen this game and thought it sounded like a cool speedrun. It is a pretty cool speedrun. It's a first-person shooter, so it's a lot of execution. There's a lot of randomness to it. And there is the uniqueness of being a PlayStation 3 exclusive game. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Yeah, so when I was majoring, I had a professor who taught abstract algebra, and literally 75% of that class got an F. And that professor is no longer allowed to teach undergrad abstract algebra. Also, we're going to just casually line up with a visual cue here. And we're just gonna push our face into this corner. And what that's going to let us do is slowly clip into the corner. Hard to believe it's on easy, right? We're just gonna casually clip through. And now this level normally contains the arc charger, and it's kind of long. We're just gonna walk here and whoop. Hey, look, guys, we're at the end of the level. Also, good doggy, bad doggy. So yeah, that literally skipped the entirety of the level, like all of it. All of that level is gone. But because this is New Game Plus, we are never going to get the arc charger now. Have I ever read Rudin? I have not. Applied is more fun. Computational applied for my master's. I haven't gone for my master's. I only have a bachelor's, but I do plan on going for a master's in I want to go for a master's in graph theory. Oh yes, on Superhuman, the Howlers are an insta-kill. So even if you do that skip, you immediately land on the ground next to two Howlers who will absolutely body you. So this level is very scary on Superhuman because you will land and die. And then you have to do the entire level over again. Alright, so we're gonna get a sniper shotgun. Yep, that works like 90% of the time. Apply for PhD and they'll fund you and just leave after the masters. Life hacks, bro, life hacks. You know, right now, I'm trying to focus on other things in life, but actually, I'm really happy because at the end of this month, I'm going to have officially paid off all of my student debt, which is very poggers. If you are a student, especially in America, you understand what that means. So I'm super happy. I can actually decide if I really do want to focus on going back to school. Alright, so we're gonna clip through this wall, another fence. The devs for this game, Insomniac, decided copy-pasting textures would be really awesome. So what they did was they copy-pasted this texture, and we're just gonna, you know, just through it. It is stopping us from buying a house. I feel that, man. Student debt is a serious issue. I wish you the best on taking care of that and getting it dealt with. It's a problem. Dying is bad for you. Yeah, it is. So these are leaper pods. Now that leaper pods have been introduced, leapers will actually start to become a problem. That's the second spot where the game can just decide to melt me if it wants. It didn't, which is good. Thank you, I really appreciate that. It does feel pretty good to finally be able to say that I am done. You need to quit your job and farm Doge. It's a way. It's a way. Oh, what's up, Hecky, by the way? Congrats on that Mirror's Edge run, mate. Well played, well played. Alright, so there's a chance that we see a Michael Jackson here. The way this menial spawns in, there we go. The way that menial... Oh! Whoops. The way the menial spawns in is he just kind of like sideways slides out into the room. So if you watch when I turn the camera back, he just slides out. That was unfortunate. I accidentally shot the explosive barrel. So yeah, that's a bit of an F. The explosive barrel, remember I said explosives are one of the scariest things in this game? Yeah, explosives even on easy. I was at full HP, by the way. Even on easy, one shot. Alright, so we're gonna specifically throw that airfoil grenade or air fuel grenade. Oh god, what kind of air fuel was that? The game's being so mean right now. Hey, at least it's not the run I had before this run. I did a practice run and the practice run took like 20 Nottingham backlash grenades. It was real bad. But yeah, we're gonna we threw that air foil grenade to knock all of the hybrids that were waiting in that tunnel out that were gonna try to charge us one by one. Now we're going to get introduced to a new enemy type called the Greyjack. In lore, Greyjacks are just hybrids that have grown so old that they've stretched their body out and the heat pack no longer works anymore. In reality, what that means is they can't use a gun anymore, but their melee is big scary. But you might be noticing that I'm just kind of chilling here, meleeing them. Also, that was a proxy. I mentioned it earlier, but what was happening was me and the Greyjack is colliding into my space, and its hitbox is becoming solid. What heat pack? It's becoming solid, which is proxying me into the air. But yeah, remember I said every single one of these melees is a full strength melee with this gun. So I'm literally just beating these guys down. Yeah, so the thing on their back's called the heat pack. That's the lore of the Chimera. Basically, their metabolism is so rapid that they would literally burn themselves up if they didn't maintain their metabolism. So the thing on their back helps regulate that heat. So I'm gonna use my last backlash here and attempt to take these guys out, and while I do that, I'm going to wait for a specific visual cue, throw my last airfoil, except I actually had an extra airfoil, and what that's going to do is this burrower here is supposed to drop out a bunch of extra enemies. The end level trigger for this level is taking out all of the enemies here. As they come out of the burrower, they are going to instantly walk into my airfoil grenades and become ash. Stupid invades club. Alright, so we're heading to Somerset. This is my favorite, or second favorite set of levels here. What we're going to do is fight fire a grenade to stun these guys. Also, I'd like to point out the door in the window, or in the frame. You might have noticed that door didn't actually fit into its frame. Don't worry about it, it's fine. And now what we're going to do is fight our way through, because our good friend Cartwright, who you've seen once or twice, but not really because it's a speed run, is trapped up in that building, and we need to help him. We need to get him out. So in order to do that, what we have to do is fight through way too freaking many chimeras here in order to... Yo, what are you doing? In order to hit a checkpoint, and what that checkpoint is going to do is it's going to spawn a new enemy here called the Slip Skull. Oh, I accidentally skipped my bullseye. And the Slip Skull is this little annoying spider-like thing that it uses those it uses the weapons I've been using. The two really? That hedgehog didn't hit that car? Okay. Those cars will insta-kill me, so normally you hit them with the hedgehog and it kills them, but whatever. They use the Reapers that I've been using to, like, kind of lock-on shot you, but they're pretty whatever. They don't do a ton of damage. Alright, so Common Ground. This is our second vehicle mission. Now, if you guys have played this level casually, okay. You're going to know that I'm not about to do this level casually. There are triggers literally everywhere in Somerset. I have gone literally everywhere you possibly can that we know of, and you cannot beat these levels without hitting triggers. But you're supposed to hit switches, one in each of these towers, to get through this level. What I'm gonna do is just casually send Cartwright down into the void and hop around that gate, because whoops, my fault, no invisible wall there. And we're gonna walk down here, throw a hedgehog at the edge of the green. You see a checkpoint popped in the top left corner. I'm going to throw a hedgehog at my feet. This is the only intentional death in the run, and the reason for that is, oh yeah, whoops, the checkpoint is actually on the other side of the gate. And now we have a Jeep and the gate is open. Cool. Don't have to hit those buttons. Thanks, Insomniac. Now, I do want to emphasize this level is pretty broken. You might notice here there is two little tower domes here. Just like the last time, what you're supposed to do is go into these tower domes. There's a switch in each. You need to hit each switch in order to open these gates here in order to get through. But what we're gonna do is we're just gonna run straight at this gate. We're gonna abuse the collision property of this, hop right over the gate, and we're just gonna casually mash our face into this wall, clip straight on through, and start getting some proxies. Now there's a couple bad things that can happen here, but we're gonna hope for the good one, where the game just puts us through this wall, no questions asked. We clip on through. Please clip, please clip, please clip. Stop. No. Alright, whatever. Well, we're gonna be here a while. Yeah, this is another clip that will just either work or it won't. And it can backfire when it does work. So basically all we need to do is just, there we go, we got through. And we're just gonna climb this, now you'll notice up there, there's a gate. That gate is blocked by two of those little dome things, but we're just not going to do any of that. And we're just gonna walk over here and, hey, look, the end level trigger. It's right there. Cool. Okay, so this was my biggest contribution. Well, okay, I've done a lot for this game. But this was one of my biggest contributions to this game. This level, you are supposed to follow Cartwright, go all the way through the level to one end, and then literally walk all the way back through the level backwards. So essentially you traverse this whole level twice. What we are going to do is not that. So this is a switch. Switches are meant for bypassing doors. Well, we're gonna do that. We're gonna get on the switch, onto the door, onto the tree. We're gonna, you know, hop around out here, hop on some rocks. It's very important I don't go inbounds. So we're going to hop onto this little structure, hop onto this Goliath, fall on down, and hit a checkpoint. And guess what? There's like 8 checkpoints in this level. All of the end trigger is tied to that checkpoint, and that checkpoint is not tied to seeing the cutscene where you and Cartwright discover that the Chimera have been unearthing the conversion centers. So yeah, that literally just skipped the pretty much the entirety of this level. We're at the end now. So this room that's coming up can be pretty scary. It's completely random what's going to happen here, so I'm going to fire a 40 mil that I have for safety to knock those enemies out, and then I'm just going to hope, like I said, I'm going to play it safe here, because even though this is only 3 hybrids, they will absolutely melt me, and I would rather play it safe. Also, fun fact, this is the only level that is faster on co-op. The reason it's faster is because the co-op player can sit at the start of the level the whole time, and as soon as you hit that checkpoint, that gate opens, and you just have player 2 turn around and walk out of the gate, and they finish the level. So it's even faster. Alright, so this is the second big RNG skip in the game. What's going to happen is these stalkers are going to move however the heck they want. It depends on a lot of things, and oh, that right there is part of the RNG. So, how the stalkers move is random. They move based on how they're getting shot by my allies, how they're getting shot by the enemies, how the game decides they want to randomly move. You could see this stalker just did something completely different. What I need to do is ride one of these stalkers out of bounds. There are 3 ways to do it. I could also use the Jeep, but the Jeep's a pain in the... No swearing, kids. The Jeep's a pain, so instead I'm going to use a stalker. Unfortunately, the stalker movement is deciding to be really bad today and instant kill me, because I have to jump on a stalker as it is running uphill like that and just casually follow it out of bounds. Oh my god. So ultimately you want that one first try, but the randomness is just, it's so bad that ultimately it could take 4th, 5th try. So all this level, you see all of that fight out there, we're supposed to be doing all of that. There's a giant minefield out there, there's a lot of howlers out there, there's a ton of stuff out there. No. My opinion is no. Yeah, this level on Superhuman can be annoying considering you get to a section with 4 howlers in it, or 3 howlers that will absolutely body you. It's pretty scary. So what we're going to do is fall here to get back in bounds, casually slide down. Believe it or not, the difference between that rock and the front of the Jeep is enough to do the difference between 50% of my health, like I took there, and 100% of my health. So if you need to very specifically slide down and land on that rock. Okay, so this used to be the shortest level of the game, but I made it longer. And you might be saying, huh? Why would you make the level longer? I will show you why I made it longer. There are 5 exclusive New Game Plus weapons. We skipped one of them, except turns out there's another spot. Oh no, we got the bug! We got the bug! Unfortunately, that has happened before. Dude, we got it twice? Are you kidding me? Alright, I'm just gonna walk down the stairs a little now. Anyway. Jerk. So as I was saying, there are 5 New Game Plus exclusive weapons. We have gotten the 4th one here. This bad boy is called the Dragon. The shotgun was fun, but the shotgun has been replaced. So what we're gonna do is mash our face here into the wall. No, come on. Clip through, please. What? 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 Okay. That can also happen. The game is not being nice to me. Come on, game, please. Why is this the level that goes wrong? Dragon. Climb back up. Clip through the wall. You know, I was considering starting this run by saying this game notoriously misbehaves when I show it off at marathons, but I don't think I need to say that. Something tells me today is going to be a good day where the game's just going to behave itself. Really? You're not going to clip? Come on. Alright, clip 2. We're through, baby! So if I touch this truck, it will fall on me and softlock me inside of it. Yo, what's up, Denegirus? Thanks for the raid, mate. They really wanted to make this level longer. Yeah, so we skipped the whole level. But we made it longer to get Yep, you can just clip through walls. We made it longer to get that. So now we have a stalker, and our goal with the stalker, oh my lord, what is happening? Our goal with the stalker is to take out 3 titans. Move. If that hits me, I'm dead. I have never died on that level before. The goal is to take out 3 titans and 3 mortar launchers. You know, it's funny because normally Bristol does not ever go bad except for like that RNG skip at the very beginning. This game continues to surprise me. Also, this is normally the shortest level in the game, but we just lost like 2.5 minutes on Bristol because the game, it gave me all the rest of the skips, and then on Bristol it was like, nah. Hey, so also fun fact, if you guys are in the UK right now, I would like to emphasize, this man walks from Bristol to Bracknell. Go ahead and look on Google Maps at that journey. He walks in a single day from Bristol to Bracknell, England. Alright, so now we get to really show off the joys of the dragon. We're gonna do a small skip here. Hop on this rock, hop on this rock. That saves just a teeny bit of time. And this is where the game essentially enters endgame. So you can really see all the good that the dragon does. The old run, before I rerouted this game to include the dragon, which I would say the dragon is my biggest contribution to this speed game, used to do all of this with the shotgun. Imagine trying to run through this section and your only weapon is a 8-round shotgun. Alright, so now we're on this little mini, like, elevator section. 8 elevators are gonna rise out one at a time. The order is scripted. It doesn't matter how quickly you kill the enemies as they come up, because the next elevator is already moving. So we're pretty much just waiting for them to come up one by one. It might look like I don't know the order that they come up, and that's because I don't know the order that they come up. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't have it memorized. Oh yes, this game was very scary. Before I added the dragon in, the world record was like 1 hour and I think 49 minutes was world record. After adding the dragon in, the world record was 1 hour and, well, the world record now is 1 hour and 24 minutes. So, you know, maybe 20-25 minutes of improvements to the run, and a good chunk of that is the dragon. Now, I will be clear, there is still ammo issues. If I misfire the dragon too much, misuse it too much, I can end up in a very bad spot, because the ammo that I get for the dragon, there's only 4 pickups for the dragon through the entire game. It's very, very important. You'd like to see an R2 speedrun? I highly recommend you go check out the world record by Bonesaw577. It was set recently after we discovered a way to make a unknown glitch, inconsistent glitch consistent. You Brits know how to power walk? See, the funny thing is, Bingo, that I'm playing as an American. So it turns out in Resistance 2, any speedrunners in chat might cringe. You might have heard of a little incident in Battle for Bikini Bottom where if you put ketchup on your CD, the game runs better. Also, swag shot, we're gonna go for it, and nope. Nope, didn't get either of them. Well, Resistance 2 is the same. If you put fingerprints on your physical disc copy of Resistance 2, you'll actually trigger a bug called Dialogue Bug, which saves multiple minutes of RTA. So yeah, there's that. Please don't put ketchup on your CD. Resistance 2 only has 1 clip, actually. Most of Resistance 2 is based on a completely different speed tech called orb jumps. And orb jumps are broken. Yeah, unfortunately to speedrun Resistance 2, if you want to do any percent, you do need a physical copy because you need to be able to activate the glitch. And the glitch is only doable on physical. It does not work on digital. So even though you might say, yeah, but digital's faster because loads, it's only faster for no major skips. For any percent, you gotta run a physical version, which means you need, well, you need a PS3 anyway, but... Alright, so we're gonna get introduced to our second to last weapon here. When you... I consider this level to be the official start of Endgame. The game pretty smoothly falls into first 30 minutes, middle 30 minutes, and endgame. This level usually begins at the 1 hour mark, which right now it's beginning at the 1 hour mark, which is pretty okay. We're on pace for a 90-minute run. So we have officially entered endgame. So we're waiting for the elevators to start coming down. We're gonna use our only use of the sapper in this run. We're gonna place it down there, which is going to cause these hybrids that jump off this lift to instantly die. We're gonna distract them with that, and now we're gonna come to a pretty scary section of the run. So None of these steelheads here died, but that's okay because the steelheads do a lot of damage. My goal here, while killing them would be nice, my goal here more so is to make them dodge the grenade, because enemies in this game are actually smart enough to know what a grenade is. And the cool thing about an enemy dodging a grenade is when an enemy is dodging, he's not shooting at you. And these guys will melt your face. Thankfully, we got through it. That went really well. And now we're coming up on the only stealth section in the game. It's a very, very teeny stealth section, but it is still a stealth section. What we're going to do is walk up behind this guy, melee him, killing a hybrid that hasn't seen you by hitting him in the back is an insta-kill, shockingly. We're going to see our first, yo, can you not? See a stalker, and we're going to take out said stalker by using the Lark. Now, yo, we just saved 49 seconds on Bristol. Woo! That's a solid gold. A lot of people don't understand what the Lark can do in this game. The Lark is one of, if not the best weapon in the game, border to the nigh to the dragon. So, the amount of times I've seen people fire the Lark and use the secondary and just say, yeah, all the secondary does is just stop the missile in place so I can redirect it. My friend, you do not understand. If you have used the Lark secondary, which is called air brake, to stall the Lark in place, and then hold the primary fire button, also nice little chair skip there, and then hold the primary fire button, what is going to happen is your Lark is going to shoot, I think, 50 mini Lark missiles. That is why we were able to kill that stalker in 6.9 seconds, or sorry, 0.69 seconds. Because, it's a bit broken. It's a bit broken. Suffice to say, any big enemies you see for the remainder of this run, expect, very, very similar things to happen. Alright, so we got absolutely melted on that little run across. So we're going to play it safe, go slightly out of the way to get some extra HP. Because what we're going to do is squeeze through the wall there. Please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. And do a small skip. I'm fine, this is fine. Do a small skip there. That skips a mandatory fight, having to walk through the underground section, or not underground, having to walk through a plane and do this really annoying fight section. Now I don't like my HP, so I'm gonna kill this guy. Then I'm gonna do a small skip to hop over this. And now what I need to do is really, really hope that I don't get shot. Also, these enemies are completely random where they are, so they weren't too bad. But it is a non-zero chance that I get absolutely melted there. I am using that phrase, absolutely melted, a lot. I do really want to emphasize, while I do enjoy this game and highly recommend it, this game is hard. I've been playing this game for 4 years, and the practice and the skips and all of that, I've taken my first ever run, I think, was 2 hours and like, that's unfortunate. If that happens, I have to go to the backup auger kill. From like 2 hours and 20 minutes down to where it stands at 1 hour and 20 minutes. And some of that was skips, but a lot of that was just getting good at the game. And my lord, the game it's going to put you through the ringer. Also, that's the weapon wheel mechanic. I've used it a few times now. The weapon wheel I want to use as minimal times as possible, because it will actually pause the game, giving you time to think. But obviously this is an RTA run, so pausing the game means time loss. But I have enough weapons that pausing the game to do a swap in some cases is actually better than cycling through all of my weapons. So that's a Widowmaker. It's another kind of spider in this game. We don't really care about the Widowmaker right now. he's just gonna sit there and fire this weird like phlegm at us and just be an all-around nuisance. The goal of this level, after we need to take this tank and take out all of these stalkers, which come in a specific order. The stalkers are the triggers in order to open the next section of the level up. And again, remember that Widowmaker's just casually behind us. He's big chillin'. He's big chillin'. Just doing whatever. We're really not taking that much damage. It makes me wonder why they didn't just bring more tanks over to England, because the tanks is doing work. The tank is doing work. So, while we don't really care about those stalkers, they will body block us if we leave them alone, so I'm just gonna take them out. Yeah, it's something similar to the sapper. And now we have to kill this Titan. We physically cannot get out of the tank until the Titan is dead. And we also want to not get out until we've killed the Titan and the Steelheads anyway, because they will do scary damage. Alright, so we're at the final stretch of this level. We're gonna duck our heads into this doorway and hope that Sleepy Steven decides to grace us with her presence. Otherwise, we're gonna have to go wake him up out of bed. The end trigger for this level is tied to killing all of the hybrids, or all of the Chimera in the hotel, which is just this group, the one I killed, the ones on the stairs. And now we're gonna go back. So if we have good, he's gonna be outside this door, and there he is. Nice. Sleepy Steven woke up. That's great. Like that, he's here. Big pog Sleepy Steve. And now we just wait, and with that, we are done with London. So, now we're at the Thames. And you might be saying, isn't that just London? Shut up. This is Resistance, Fall of Man. This is the Thames. It's a different level. So the goal right now is to fight through a bunch of Chimera and hold this square while the English forces, again, I'm the only American in the UK anymore, are attempting to liberate, or not liberate, they are trying to hold this square so that they could set explosive charges on Tower Bridge. I do know the difference between London Bridge and Tower Bridge. So what we need to do is essentially provide anti-armor defense. So you could see a stalker showed up. That was cool, a stalker showed up. We're gonna do the exact same thing. We're just gonna sit here. We're gonna throw a backlash, because remember, backlashes are really powerful in this game. We're just gonna chill while they take themselves out. And we're just gonna, you know, oh, a stalker. Ah, it's dead. It's dead. Crab emoji. And now they're expecting Spire launches, but in reality, we're not going to get a Spire launch. We're going to get something else. And what we're going to do is come here, fire a Lark missile all the way down there into the distance, hold the secondary fire, and hey, that was our first Widowmaker that we were supposed to kill. And where'd the Widowmaker go? Oh, well, it died. Anyway, so now we're on rooftops. I would say rooftops is a pretty ridiculous level. Before the dragon got introduced, this set of levels, the rooftops and subway, actually used to be really, really scary. The dragon has actually made this section of the game much better. Now, I'm moving so fast that 4 people are going to start talking at the same time. Don't worry about it, it's fine. The game just doesn't know what to do with how fast I'm moving. Ah, get up! Those are the worst stairs in the game. So I can really get melted here, as you can kind of see. I don't know where that steelhead went. There's supposed to be a steelhead. Small skip there. Yeah, I'm not really happy with my HP, so I'm gonna throw a backlash as these guys are coming out of the subway, so that I can just run into the subway completely safe. Whew, good run so far. We're on decent pace. We are on pace to meet estimate. Which, honestly, given what this game can do and how Bristol went, I'm pretty happy about that. So I actually have to do this entire fight in this area by hugging the left side of this room. If I go anywhere near the right side, all of those leaper pods will wake up in there, and that would be very bad for me. So I'm going to throw a air fuel back in the back while I grab this HP here for safety. And that's going to take out both of these hybrids as they come up. And now we're going to, once again, use a backlash grenade, fire a lark missile, and we're just going to sit in our backlash grenade and hold the lark missile and let it do whatever it's going to do, because it's just going to completely obliterate every single enemy in that room. That room, without a backlash grenade, without a lark missile, very, very scary. There are, I think, 6 hybrids and 3 steelheads attacking you. And even on easy, that you will just get murked. Okay. So now we're on one of the best levels or sections. This was a pretty, I would say, famous multiplayer level, because it has like 8 ways out of bounds, and we're gonna utilize a couple of those. We're just gonna casually take advantage of the slope geometry and slope boost around and then up. That saves a teeny bit of time. There is another slightly faster skip, but it's not worth it if you miss it. So I'm just going to bypass it given the pace we're on right now. All right. Now we're moving on to Tim's 3 Giant Slayer. So, this level intends for us to start by killing a stalker with the Jeep, but instead we are going to kill the stalker with not the Jeep, because the Jeep is honestly not that good. And Cartwright is not that good, and we're really not doing anything by just sitting in a Jeep. And also, the Lark's cool. I mean, you saw what the Lark's done a few times now, I think. It kind of just, you know, does work. So we were hoping for a good enemy position here. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. I want to kill those steelheads, because otherwise they will do a lot of damage. And now we get introduced to the last new enemy, or not the last, sorry, the second to last new enemy of the game. This is called a Goliath. This is the only Goliath that we fight in the game. Basically, this is, I mean, I don't know if they were going for David and Goliath vibes, but they succeeded in that. The Goliath, just like how a stalker will instant kill hail if it steps on him, a Goliath will instant kill a stalker if it steps on it. So my main goal here is to just continually walk back and forth while strafing and using the dodge mechanic, which you can see there, and is also, oh, I just got lit up. Not a very good mechanic. To just continually pummel this guy here, because I do not like the dodge. Because the level won't trigger until he's dead, so he should die about here. There we go. And now the really mean thing about this level is he's not the checkpoint. The checkpoint is actually tied to these two stalkers you can see here. And you think the Goliath did not do a lot of damage to me. These stalkers do a lot of damage to me. Look at how much they've melted me. If I ignore them, they will chase me, and I do not get the checkpoint until both of them are dead. So while it is pretty slow to kill them, it is very safe to kill them. Also, yes, I can hit myself with my own stalker mortars if you are curious, which is one reason I'm moving and aiming the way I am, because they will do just as much damage to me as they will to an enemy. Come on. What? One of them lived? What? That's annoying. Monka S HP. Alright, I'm going to kill all of these guys and then stop firing the stalker grenades because I don't want to die. Also, it is possible to step on yourself. And now Cartwright is going to tell us that we're really slow killing this Widowmaker. So I'm just gonna, you know, do this. And look, Cartwright, I am sorry that that's not fast enough for you, buddy. But you're just gonna have to live with and accept the fact that that was too slow, because I don't know how to do that faster, Cartwright. I am sorry. Cartwright. Okay, final 2 levels. This is it. We are in the end game. 2 new enemies get introduced here. The Hybrid Type 2 with the Bullseye Type 2, which is our last new weapon pickup, and the Angel. So that's an Angel. Not really too concerned about Angels. You'll see why later. Very concerned about the steel, or the hybrids that shoot the blue bullseye ammo. So concerned that I am actually going to, no joke, use a Lark to take them out. Because these guys are scary. Swap back. Notice I have 1 backlash left. Remember at the beginning I said that my routing for grenades and ammo and stuff is pretty particular? Yeah, if you get to this room without a backlash, you have to fight this fight the scary way. We're gonna fire a Lark over here. Don't worry about why. Also, we're gonna get introduced to an Angel. Hey, that was an Angel. Awesome fight, right? If you guys would like to see more Angel fights, stay tuned because there's more. Angels are intended to be like the ultimate enemy in this game if you ignore the Goliath. Well, he's the ultimate something. Hey, what's up, Quiz? Thank you for the good luck. So now, this right here is our last dragon pickup in the game. I have 70, which is really good ammo. This 70 has to last me through the rest of the game. Also, I got some more backlash grenades. Those were my last backlash grenade pickups. These 3 backlash grenades have to rest me, or get me through the rest of the game. If I accidentally throw one of them, we are in for a very, very bad time. And remember how I said these Type 2 hybrids with the blue bullseye are very scary? These are the reasons that we're using backlash grenades, because not only do the grenades knock the weapon fire back, it keeps it from hitting us. And you are guaranteed to essentially take 50% of your HP running through those rooms at a minimum. Alright, and with that, final level. After this section, because I got on the wrong elevator. My mind is ahead of where I'm supposed to be. Anticlimactic. I'm sorry. I'm just happy that I'm on pace. It's like 1 a.m. It's fine, guys. Alright, so remember how I said grenades are cool for killing, but they're mostly there for keeping enemies down? Because we did that, we can just charge straight through those. They're probably the only set of blue hybrids that we don't care about. We're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna throw a grenade, which isn't gonna do anything, but it's gonna keep, in terms of killing, but it's gonna make them dodge so we can keep running. East Coast, West Coast! Alright. Yo, we got a proxy off that slip skull. How we doing, chat? How we doing? We good, guys? We good? I've been having a lot of fun. I'm super happy to show this off. Especially since last time I showed this off, I died on the final boss and went over estimate by like 6 minutes. So this is like marathon retribution for me. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Never Enough. Just vibing, big vibing. Final level, last hope. We, the American, the one-man army, are going to push through and end the day. Just like any video game, you guys can imagine the final level has all of the real big enemies, all of the big stuff. This is it. This is going to happen. It all ends here. There's our first big enemy. That was our first big enemy. Ah, this is gonna be a good level. Also, shoutouts to the hybrids that just kind of spawn into existence. I don't know what I just proxied off of there. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out and snipe these guys. Hey, melee, please, melee! Am I dead? I'm not dead, but I'm very scared. Somehow I got stuck on an enemy. Okay, this is kind of monk ass, people. I need to not get shot excessively. I'm alive. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna play it safe. We're just gonna play it safe. We're gonna do the old but safe, reliable strat, guys. We're gonna do the old reliable here and just shout outs to that guy. Goodbye. I knocked him, but I didn't take him down, so he fell off the pipe. And then when he got back up, he fell off the pipe. Let's go. That was scary. Easiest difficulty, guys. Easiest difficulty. Alright, so 7 is gonna tell us that 6, or there's a bogey on his 6. Or, well, you know what? English hard. And that is the cue for Angel boss fight. So this is the Angel boss fight. Alright, so that was the Angel boss fight. I hope you guys enjoyed that boss fight. Probably one of the hardest in the game, if I do say so myself. I relatively enjoy that fight. It's definitely on the more challenging side. Saying it's the hardest is a bit overkill, but I mean, you know, you gotta take your chances where you can. And we are on approach to the final boss here. This is it. Mama no spaghetti. Do not die to the final boss. There are 2 things that can go wrong here. This is one of the only times I'm gonna swear in this run. Our good friend Corporal Asshat likes to walk in front of us and body block our grenade. If he does that, our grenade is going to land at our own feet and one-shot us. Alright. So, here is the final boss. This is the second biggest thing I contributed by adding the dragon into the route, is how we do this boss fight. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to dodge Corporal Asshat. I'm going to throw all of my hedgehogs and airfoils because I don't need them. We're going to hop on these barricades and we're going to actually get on this. And this is bulletproof glass. This is Chimeran energy proof glass. Do you know what bulletproof and Chimeran energy proof glass is not? Guess what, people? It's not fireproof. Yeah, so the devs forgot to damage check the final boss for fire. You're supposed to hit a switch, go through this massive final boss sequence with a whole bunch of enemies continually swarming you and chasing you, and you're being shot, and angels are throwing stuff at you, and you're waiting for a timed sequence. Nah, we just use the dragon. Also, time is coming up here. Time is gonna be when the screen fades, so get ready on that. Here we go, everybody, and time. Woo! Let's go. So I'm gonna skip the ending cutscenes because I want you guys to see something. Please, if you liked the game, you could find me at what overestimate? No. If you liked the game, you can find me at twitch.tv/SRGTsilent. Please consider joining the community. We have a Discord, the Resistance Discord. It's not very active, but I mean, I'd love for you to just join and chat. This is the message you get when you beat the game for the 5th time. I've beaten the game 12, 13 times. Don't worry about it. And on this message, I don't have anything else to say. Thanks, shots fired. I'll see you guys again later. On the final day, I have Resident Evil Degeneration coming up. So look forward to that if you know what that is. If not, it's a mobile-only Resident Evil game. And I will see you all later. Take care, everyone. Thanks for having me.